I'm Richie Lancashire. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. My situation leading up to starting the program here was I wasn't really working out. I was just eating whatever I could get my hands on. I'm an accountant, so I work behind a desk all day, and for periods of the year, I'm working 12 plus hours a day. So my outdoor time was limited, uh, and that kind of makes me feel like shit. There'd be days where I don't see the sun. There'd be days where I'd go straight from working 12 hours to playing 4 hours of video games and then getting into bed watching Netflix. I enjoy doing those things and I still can. It's just that after living that lifestyle for 4 years after COVID, I look back at what have I done? I'm a bum. So I think that the biggest preconceived notion I had was this was going to be a major shift in hassle. This was going to be a lot of work. This was going to really upend my life and prevent me from enjoying some of the free time and activities that I typically would. I'm not somebody who's ever dieted or ever bought into any sort of trendy diet, tried intermittent fasting, but sure, I lost a couple of pounds here and there if I tried to. But I actually getting on a specific regimen, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that. My wife and I, we share meals, so I was concerned about maybe that not working out. Also, when I'm socializing with friends, I go out to dinner a good bit, and I was nervous how this would impact my ability to go out and enjoy myself with friends and family. I was really, which needs to flip inside because you need to commit, right? Ultimately, it's up to you what decisions you make. I think one of the biggest motivations for me is my wife and I found out we were pregnant, and that kind of was like a fork in the road for me. Well, all right, how am I going to be the best father and husband and best support my family? And I didn't think that the choices I was previously making would lead to the best outcome. And that's kind of a broad thing to say, but I wanted to make a change. I knew there would be specific decisions that would have to be made on the micro side to lead to those actual macro changes. And food was one of them because I love cheesesteaks and burgers and fries and McDonald's.
I still love them. I don't know what you're talking about.
I still love them too, but yeah, I think I would default to getting Taco Bell on my way home because, oh, it was a long day. Like, just quickly pick up two cheese quesadillas. My favorite food is cheeseburgers. Specifically with bacon and barbecue sauce and double patties and onions and lettuce, and if you shove a bun in between it, it's even better. So the bigger the better. And yeah, kind of hard to achieve fitness goals when you eat only that. But I wasn't trying to achieve fitness goals prior to starting this, so
Where are you now versus where you first started?
it's I think my mindset every day has changed. I'm out with friends when I'm at work. When I'm moved down to the fridge, looking at things in terms of what it's going to do for my body, what it's going to do for sort of overall fitness goals. Amount of protein focused meals that I eat now is just insane. I have I've never been a snacker in my life ever. It was always like I eat my meals and I make them count. But now it's like I snack and I snack a lot. And you showed me some things that, hey, like this is going to help you get your targets and also taste good. So now I snack all day between protein bars, the protein chips, Greek yogurt, beef sticks, jerky, all that. It's been that those are things I wouldn't even buy at the grocery store prior. And now it makes up a considerable portion. I have like a recurring grocery list that, I'm at Giant or Trader Joe's. I'm just like, I know exactly what I need to get, and I'm plucking those first.
Wouldn't be able to eat out or enjoy time with friends. So now, how are you delegating with all that?
That was, I think, the biggest shift for me because you have goals and intentions, and you go to a grocery store. That's just on you. There's no outside pressure on what you buy at the grocery store. Like I like counter marketing, trying to get you to buy Frosted Flakes. Um, at a restaurant with your significant other, your friends, everyone's grabbing huge beers and wings, ranch. Having to sort of look at the menu and identify something that A, you want to eat, and B, also you achieve your goals. Uh, the biggest shift on the restaurant front. I personally found a few things that I really enjoyed at restaurants that are common, like filet mignon. So I think every restaurant has some version of that with a salad. It's one of my go-tos. Sushi, my wife and I's favorite experience. Getting the chef special roll drizzled in spicy mayo and eel sauce and 17 different types of ingredients. I started getting the sashimi combined with a little bit more basic rolls. Sometimes I still get a chef special roll when I'm at one of the places that I gotta have it. But I love sashimi. I didn't realize how good it was. Just starting to see the menu in a different light as to there's more options out there. So I think overall I've eaten a wider variety of things than I ever have in my entire life because I'm not just defaulting to my burgers.
I want you to talk about where you first started with your weight and then where you currently are or at your lowest.
So when we started about 6 months ago, it was around 184. So that was limited working out, change in diet. Currently at just over 160.
Damn, 24 pounds in 6 months' time. So basically a pound a week from there. And then how does that make you feel?
Oh, fantastic. It's awesome. I'm not really a person who likes to flaunt or brag. I kind of live in my own victories. But it feels pretty good when I'm walking around the office and I haven't seen somebody for like months and they're like, "Damn, dude, you lost a lot of weight." Like all that. And it feels fantastic. I think also, those, you ever wear, this is probably the smallest and maybe people can relate to this or not, but you're wearing a hoodie and you take off your hoodie and your shirt comes with you. I used to have the feeling that I need to immediately like that back down or like hold down while I take off my hoodie.
Uh-huh.
Now I just let the whole thing come off. Look. Started after summertime, so really much beach. I'm also not the biggest beach guy, but probably seek out experiences because I feel totally much better with how I look and how I feel. I think generally I have way more energy to do things. I was telling Chris, my lifestyle in the past 6 to 7 months is just done 180. Like out and about now. Always been more of an indoor person, kind of just hang inside and let life happen. Changed. I'm sort of out. Things happen now, and I think this has had a lot to do with that.
What are you able to do now versus what you were not able to do before, or any massive changes that have happened in the last 6 months?
And well, I think my overall fitness levels they're just way higher. Like I just noticed when I'm moving things around the house, when I'm it's 5 gallon jugs back to the car from the grocery store. Like no longer a workout. This is just another exercise. I'm just like there. I think generally it's just my energy levels are insane. I can go for longer. Don't really play athletic sports anymore. Play baseball. Used to any sort of athletic activity. And that's less of a part of my life now. But I feel like I could step out on a football field and absolutely crush somebody. I think I could compete in collegiate sports again. Honestly, by the end of my college baseball career, I didn't even think I could compete. I was just eating pizza and drinking beer. So now I feel like I could step out there and I'm par with these guys. Probably kick their asses.
Hell yeah. And then what positive impact did you have on others around you now that you have changed 180 in the past 6 months?
I think the most impact I've had on is with my wife. I said earlier, we share meals, eat almost every dinner together, sometimes breakfast too. I think because of that, a lot of the meals that we were having before, like pasta heavy foods, things that maybe microwavable dinners from Trader Joe's, a lot of those things we've kind of cut out and driving a little bit more of the culinary decisions. And I think that that's actually her as well. Like the butcher box that we get knows now that, hey, when we need a meal, Like we're cooking pork chops, we're cooking chicken tenderloins, we're making ground beef, we're making the fillets. Got these sort of rotations of high protein meals that if you're growing to enjoy. I love them, and I think is pregnant, so sort of diet and stages here, but like I think that's gonna her health ultimately. Also, I think it helps her while she's sort of pregnancy, and her energy levels are lower. You've been able to compensate with that, and also bigger part in what we're eating and our daily really.
Do you think this is going to positively impact you as a father, as he's about to come out? He's about to be popping any minute now. Or
Yeah,
she.
I had it in my mind. It's like sort of like I think about what my daughter's going to think of me. And you want her to think back and be like, damn, like the 29-year-old dad was good looking, but that's superficial. A lot that goes into being a good father. But I think just the lifestyle is way more conducive to being your family, those relationships up, because that's like nothing more important. Scare away any sort of potential.
Exactly. Show off the guns, and the next thing you know, they're gone.
Yeah. They can't bench press 225 when they step in the door. They're not coming back.
Yeah, right. I don't make the rules. Last one. So, what would you tell somebody who's watching this right now and is unsure about taking the next step?
Oh, I mean, you won't regret it. It's impact that this has on your lifestyle, and you feel the benefits before you actually start seeing them. But then all of a sudden, one day you'll look in the mirror and then you're like, is that the same person? Might feel it first, but once you start seeing it and you start comparing, hey, this is where I started to where I finished, it's crazy. It's like a 180. I couldn't recommend it more.
Richie, thank you, brother, for
Thank you,
being on
Chris.
this call. No, of course, man. You're the one that put on all the work. I just, here and there.
You don't downplay yourself. This is your program, which fit my life into.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it fucking works.
Anybody listening to this right now?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I was most surprised about was the actual amount of food that I ate did not change that much. Like I mentioned earlier, I would eat 2 to 3 large meals a day, and now I feel like I'm eating all day. And it, like, counting calories, I know that I'm not eating more in the sense of calorie wise, but I'm eating way more protein. I'm having more snacks, and I found food that I love. And these are things that I probably wouldn't have tried or even on my previous diet. So it's be worried about like, oh, I don't want to starve myself. I don't want to eat just like a cup of rice every day. No, that is not at all what this is about. And I'm surprised with sort of the diet changes and what you can actually eat while accomplishing your goals.